All right, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to start this off by giving a shout out to my boy, Andrew Maynard, CPA, certified CPA accountant, because he tipped me off to a very interesting community on YouTube, the Meta Materials community. Now, apparently there's this complete psychopath called Bird Lady Roller Pigeons, and on this channel, this nut job dresses in a bird suit and then tells you how Meta Materials stock is going to somehow 10x. Now, when somebody like this is the leader of your community, there's something very, very wrong going on, okay? You can call me crazy, but at the end of the day, she's shilling a garbage stock that's going to have you selling your butt down at the truck stop. And the hilarious thing is, look at the views on these videos. I mean, holy crap. This girl in a bird costume talking about an unprofitable trash stock is getting 12K per video, 10K per video, 14K per video. Obviously, this girl is a better YouTuber than me because she pumps nauseously garbage trash on her fans. Let's go check out Meta Materials stock. So, the current market cap of this company is $670 million with $11 of revenue. Man, talk about a price to sales right there. Net income of negative 93 trailing 12 months. Think about that, ladies and gentlemen. Their revenue over the last 12 months was $11 million. Their profit was negative 93 million. I wonder what kind of profit margin that is. Shares outstanding, 362 million. I wonder if that's going up or down. This is nuts. And we can see the performance of the stock. I mean, I guess over the past year, it hasn't been wrecked as much as other stocks. But we can see that this stock went into a massive bubble overdrive phase. Apparently, I don't know if there was a short squeeze or what, but this stock absolutely rocketed in the middle of 2021. Why did it go up? Because a bunch of clowns bought it, probably. Okay, it had nothing to do with the fundamentals, I guarantee you. So Meta Materials invents, designs, develops, and manufactures various functional materials and nano composites. Its products include Meta Air, I guess it's just like bottled farts, a laser glare protective eyewear, like sunglasses, Nano Web, where they have spiders, like genetically engineered spiders that crap out webs, a transparent conductive film, plastic, hollow optics, okay, I guess sunglasses again, a holographic optical element. We already have holographics. I mean, haven't you played Modern Warfare 2? Gluco-Wise, I don't know what to say about that. A non-invasive glucose measurement device, okay. I guess you don't have to shove it up your ass like other measurement devices. And Meta Surface. There's a lot of meta in here, okay? I think the whole goal of this company is to have the same name as formerly Facebook Meta, so people will accidentally buy their stock. And apparently this stock has been around since 1987, and it has 130 employees. So it's a penny stock, of course. What a shock. No wonder it's popular, and no wonder a bunch of doofuses on YouTube are watching a girl in a freaking bird costume. I wonder what her financial qualifications are. Oh, I don't know, but she's gladly accepting Patreon donations now, isn't she? I have several monikers: Bird Lady, Roller Pigeons. I make educational and entertaining YouTube videos. Oh, take my money, Bird Lady. Oh, what is a roller pigeon? So first things first, let's look at the revenue. So we can see revenues all over the place, but in 2021, it went up to $4 million. Now, if we look at the trailing 12 months revenue, it's $11 million. So their revenue is actually going up pretty significantly. That's a good thing, right? Well, we'll see other parts of the income statement because revenue growth is not the only thing that matters. I know this is hard to understand, okay? So, gross margin. So what I see right here is a very solid gross profit. So they're basically selling the items, or either they manufacture them or they buy them and resell them. They probably manufacture, in my opinion. They probably resell them at a pretty hefty profit. But the problem with this company is the expenses below that, below the gross margin, are insanely high. We can see their operating margin, negative 1,182, negative 932%, negative 793%, negative 718, negative 691%. Really? Are you serious? This has to be a joke. Okay, are people really looking at this? Are people really looking at the financials? Of course they're not. Any sane person that saw a negative 691% loss margin would automatically dismiss this, except for probably Jeremy Lefebvre, okay? And the profit margin itself, so after interest and taxes, is even worse. And the free cash flow margin is absolutely god-awful. Now, let's go look at the balance sheet, okay? So, quarterly balance sheet. They have $32 million of cash and cash equivalents, and they have total current assets of $112 million. Their liquid capital, it looks like, is mostly in cash, $32 million. Let's look at their current liabilities. So their current liabilities are $87 million. So they have enough cash to, potentially, oh wait, no, they won't pay their bills in the next year. So what are they going to have to potentially do? Dilute. That's right. They have fewer cash. They have less cash on the books than they do to pay short-term debts. That's a big red flag right there, okay? And that's basically a guarantee of dilution or a massive debt issuance. Let's look at long-term assets. I see long-term assets of $270 million, the vast majority of which are either goodwill and intangibles. And we can actually see pretty quickly what that is. It's probably acquisitions, but we'll see, okay? Their long-term liabilities are actually not that bad, if this is accurate, assuming this is accurate. So overall, their long-term position, their long-term, capital structure, they don't have a lot of long-term debt that secures their long-term assets. So it's really not that bad in that respect. However, they have a ton of short-term debt compared to their short-term liquid assets, at least according to this. That's pretty concerning, okay? And let's see. Overall, obviously negative retained earnings, and it's going up because they have losses. Let's go ahead and look at the statement of cash flows, because here's where it gets nasty, okay? So we can see they have negative and growing operating cash flow. So from their core business, they're burning cash. In a total of 3 months, they burned $20 million of cash. So going back on the balance sheet, they probably have less than 6 months before they completely burn all of their cash, unless they start selling long-term assets or issuing debt or diluting the shareholders, okay? So obviously god-awful and pretty rapidly growing negative operating cash flow. Let's look at capital expenditures. -1, -2, -6, -1, -7, -3. So to maintain their operations and grow their business or maintain their capital assets, they're spending between, I don't know, 15, or they're burning $15 to $25 million, on both ends every single 3 months. That's pretty significant. Let's look at acquisitions here, okay? Little acquisition a couple months ago, and then maybe at the beginning of the year, end of last year, they had a pretty significant acquisition. And then I see I don't know if they had a divestiture, but I see they got $146 million of cash inflow. I don't know, maybe it was a SPAC or something, but they either sold a business and divested it, or they raised money some other way. But recently, they've made some significant purchases with acquisitions. Let's look at share issuance. Well, they had a massive share issuance, $50 million in the quarter ended June 30th, 2022. Okay, and that's probably going to happen again. And they're paying off a little bit of debt, okay? So overall, a company like this is obviously hot trash, okay? They're burning cash hand over fist. The leader of this company is Bird Lady Roller Pigeons. I don't even know how to describe this person. I mean, look at the views. Oh my God. I picked the wrong niche on YouTube, man. The Grifter Slayer niche. I'm an idiot. I could just put on a bird costume, talk about a massively unprofitable, share diluting, cash burning trash stock, and she's probably making more money than me, man. And I bet you this company will eventually pay her to promote the stock. I mean, I'm not saying management will do that, but who knows? But it's like, oh my God, she gets more views than me. That's hilarious. Oh, don't want to play any music. Demonetized. So overall, what are my thoughts about this company? Well, obviously it was in a massive bubble. I don't know why it's popular. I guess because these materials that they make are going to change the world and be the future. But any normal, sane person that looks at a company like this, where it's trading at a price to sales of 21, and it has like negative multi-100% profit margin, and they're burning cash hand over fist, and they're obviously going to dilute you, and they have a lot of short-term debts compared to their short-term assets, I don't see a single thing to like about this company except, it's the future, bro! Let's go back to the balance sheet real quick. I want to see if they actually even have positive equity. Okay, they still have positive shareholder equity, but that's from share issuance. Wow. So, overall, this is hot freaking trash. If you're invested in this stock, I wish you the best. If this is your trusted source of information, this lady right here, you have problems. You have serious problems. And with that being said, have a wonderful day. Cheers!